Okay, welcome to Sunday Shop Talk. Today I'm just going to run you through, as I promised, to follow up on this beast. I've been using it for a while now, so I can show you a little bit more about what I'm doing with it, how it works. And I'm actually going to be using it for thicknessing wider slabs than will go in my planer, and where I don't want to use a router sled because of the mess of the time, setup, whatever. It does work really well. Tiny bit of planing on the wobbly edges I'll show you on some of the stuff to get it semi-flat. And then you can use this, or any of your WideBelt Sanders, drum sanders, as a planer thicknesser. So let's have a quick look and see how it works. Okay, so changing the paper now, more in depth, I've done it before. This is the little safety bolt, going to remove that. Have the air on and just pull that button, that releases the tension. Slide it out. This is a 150 grit paper. A new company I've tried, because obviously this, I haven't bought this before. This is 40 grit this is, and I'll put a link in the description. Really good value. We'll check out how good the paper is. Once you get it in between the sensors, you can pull that for tension. That tensions it. Then put your safety back on. So that did take a little bit longer than it should have, to be honest, but I haven't done it very much, so it's just getting a knack really. So one of the things that I've spotted about this machine, is probably all of them, I don't know, but this safety cutout, if you're working on really long pieces, this is so close to the actual top of whatever you're preparing, the slab or whatever, that if you just slightly catch it, it knocks it off. I didn't find that on the Jet. Now I think possibly the Jet safety was quite a bit higher. This is a safety stop, cuts the machine out. I think that's just a little bit low. I mean, it's fine if you're using an in-feed table this side to keep it level, but if you're doing a real big, like a door by hand, it's very difficult to get it in without catching that, and it can be a bit annoying, but I think that's probably standard on all machines. So I'm just going to let that paper settle for a minute because it's just come out of the box. They do say you're supposed to hang the paper for at least 24 hours before you use it, so that's been in a van, so I'm just going to let it acclimatise to the room before we use it. I'm going to be flattening this in the new sander, and it's an option. I find it a bit quicker than using and the setup for using a router sled anyway for me. So we just got a little bit of twist on the bottom here, not a lot, and it's on that corner. So I'm just going to remove with a plane, electric plane, just roughly remove that. Don't have to get it bang on, just enough to stop it rocking, and then some very light passes one way up, then spin it, and it's quite a good way of getting the board flat without having to set up a router sled, and this will not fit on my plane. Okay, so what was that? Four or five passes. You can see where I've rough planed it here, and that was enough to get this absolutely flat by doing very fine passes. As long as this bottom side is not rocking, that has basically got it flat. So now we've got a reference surface similar to a planer thicknesser. I'm going to run that through really lightly to start with because we don't want it pressing down too hard, just catching the edges and real light passes. What is great on this machine is that we can have really quick speed. We're not going to take much off, and we're going to have a really fast speed. Now I'm using a 40 grit paper in here, so very coarse, high speed, very small amounts. Here we go. That's now absolutely flat, and that was pretty bad. And for me, one of the reasons I bought this WideBelt Sander was to do things like this. So just simply skimming off one of the very rough corners, and then so it's still not absolutely flat, but it's not rocking. And then running over with a very fine pass. You can imagine, as long as it isn't rocking under pressure, it's just skimming the top, and you flip it, then you do the other way, then you flip it the other way, and you end up with a flat slab. I've got absolutely no dust in the workshop at all because the dust collection is really good. I haven't got to sweep up my router sled, and I haven't blunt a router blade. And what else is really good, if I show you in here, let's take this paper out, and you can see in terms of cost, it looks almost new. If we have a look here, it's almost like new still. So that has been brilliant. So that is one slab ready for resin pour, and we've used hardly any medium at all, any paper at all. So really quite cost effective way of doing it as well. So as always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my Patreons. If you want one of these t-shirts, enter the competition. For the moment, I'm just giving them away. It is for 2 tickets and 2 t-shirts for Makerscentral. If you follow me on Instagram, like this post, and tag 2 friends on 2 different comments, please. I'm going to announce the winner after next weekend. So hopefully see you at Makerscentral in a month or so. See you later. Bye.